What's happening, Party Animal Nation? It's me, hashtag RDM Russell Devin McLain, and I just want to let everybody know that today's show is brought to you in part by Racket Sound and Lighting. Racket Sound and Lighting is a full-service entertainment, sound reinforcement, stage, lighting, and DJ service. For more information, contact Bob Tolar at 225-773-4639. That's 225-773-4639. And also, today's show is brought to you by Keller Williams Realty Premier Partner, Tanya Halford. Are you looking for a new home? Or maybe you want to put your home on the market? All you have to do is contact Tanya today for your free consultation at 225-202-0657. That's 225-202-0657. All right. Thank you for hitting the download button. Let's get this party started.
Hi, this is TG Sheppard, and you're listening to Radio Random Network.
You're listening to the Radio Random Network. I'm hashtag RDM Russell Devin McLain. Thank you for hitting the download button on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, or wherever you're listening to us from. We have a great show today, as we do every Wednesday and Friday. And before we go any further, I have a few things on the agenda today that I'd like to discuss. First and foremost, the broadcasting platform Spreaker is holding a contest that we are a part of. They're giving away a free custom app, and I want to ask for your support in helping us win. It only takes a minute. All you have to do is visit today's show notes at rrnonline.com and click on the Help Us Win banner, and it'll pull up an image on Facebook of yours truly, and all you have to do is click the like button on the image. And I want to thank everyone in advance for supporting, and send a huge thanks to everyone that has shared and liked the picture so far. We here at the Radio Random Network, we're also giving away a free CD. That's right, it's the TG Sheppard's 20 #1 hit CD, courtesy of Webster PR and tgsheppard.com. You can find out how to enter to win at rrnonline.com or in today's show notes. The winner will be announced next Friday, so y'all be sure to check that out. I want to send a shout out to Randy Porter for the invite to Rockin' the Creek this past Saturday. Also want to send a shout out to Mr. Kirk Webster of Webster PR for taking care of us today and connecting us with the one and only TG Sheppard. The song of the day was a #1 hit in 1981 for TG Sheppard, and is brought to you in part by Amazon. Use the Amazon links and banners at rrnonline.com, and they throw a little extra dough back to us at no cost to you. And I'll be right back with the one and only TG Sheppard. So you subscribed, you're listening. Now, enjoy. On with me right now on the Radio Random Network, he is one of my favorite artists of all time. I had a chance when I was younger to see him play live in concert. Great show. Known for his chart-topping hits such as I Loved 'Em Everyone, Do You Want to Go to Heaven, and Party Time. I'm talking about none other than Mr. T.G. Sheppard. How you doing today, my friend?
Russell, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing awesome. Like I said, we was watching it rain, and according to you...
Well, I am too. It's raining here in Nashville. I'm headed downtown in my car now, and it's pouring down rain. That's
right. We had talked a few minutes ago, and you were in the process of dropping off your beautiful wife, Miss Kelly Lang, to the airport. So I guess she's on her way to do a show, and you're getting ready, as you said a while ago, to go in the studio for some new stuff you're working on. And with all that said, what's been happening?
Well, just living the dream, just more of the same. I'm really, I don't know, I have to pinch myself every day to wake up and know that I still am able to go out and do what I do after 40 years. Celebrate my 40th year this year. It's an awesome thing to still be able to go out and do this and work every week. I mean, and the crowds seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just amazing.
Yes, indeed. Now, you were into music before you were actually a recording artist. You were a promoter for RCA, ain't that right?
Yeah. Started off with Stax Records many, many years ago, and then I moved national promotion for RCA. Had a chance to work with some great artists there like John Denver and Waylon and Charlie Pride and Elvis, and it was an incredible time for me. I think it kind of really paved the way for me to become an artist, and because I learned the business side of the business first by being in the record business, and then it kind of prepared me when I became an artist to understand how it all works.
Yes, indeed. Now, you were also signed with, later, I think it became Hitsville, but it was a country label owned by Motown called Melodyland. Was that the very first record?
Are you still there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually was discovered by Barry Gordy at Motown Records, which was Hitsville, and that's kind of an unusual way to break into country music by being discovered by somebody that was so synonymous to rhythm and blues and pop music, with like Lionel Richie and
right.
Oh gosh, Michael Jackson and the Supremes, and I mean, it was. But I just happened to be at the right place at the right time when Barry Gordy was starting his country division, and I happened to be the first artist they signed. That's
pretty neat. And now, was music something that you wanted to do all your life? Was it something that played a part with you when you was a child?
Yeah, because I was raised in a house of music. My mother was a gospel singer and a piano teacher. So our house, when I was growing up, till my mom and dad divorced when I was 14, was strictly, the house was full of music, with every kid in town being taught piano by my mom, Wednesdays and Sundays, and choir practice and stuff at church with my mom. So, yeah, I knew very early on what I wanted to do with my life, and I was able to go to work on that when I was about 12 or 13 years old.
You've worked with many, many artists, including the Beach Boys. I think you was at a young age you were an opening act for them, and many others. But one person that really, I guess, was very instrumental in your career, and you developed a pretty good close relationship with him, was Elvis Presley.
Well, when I ran away from home at the age of 15 to chase this dream of mine, my dad wanted me to stay in the construction business, which is what he had, a heavy machinery business with building interstates and highways, and I just didn't want that for my life. So I ran away from home at the age of 15, and I wound up in Memphis and met Elvis one night at a skating rink, and he took me under his arm and became one of my closest friends for 16 years.
Wow.
And again, just happened to be at the right place that night at the roller rink, and our paths crossed, and I think it was destined to happen. And it was an incredible moment in my life, and it altered my life forever.
Yes, indeed. Now, did you ever, you said a while ago you had to paint sometimes you got to paint yourself. Did you ever dream in a million years that you would be where you are today?
Oh, gosh, no. I never thought that I would have maybe one or two hit records. I never thought I'd have 21 number one songs. I don't know. I think I've always practiced what they call the secret, but long before the book ever came out. I believe you get back in life what you put out, what you give off, and the law of attraction is a powerful force. And I believe if you want something bad enough, and if you work hard enough, and if you dream long enough, I believe you can attain a certain amount of your dream. It might not be the whole thing that you wanted, but I believe you can have part of that if you work toward it. And yeah, I always dreamed of doing what I'm doing, and I always felt that I would be able to do it, and lo and behold, I did.
Yes, indeed. And one of the God-given talents that you have, speaking of all of that good stuff, is actually you're a great songwriter. Now, is songwriting is that something that kind of comes easy for you?
I don't write as much as I used to. I had this same conversation with a very dear friend of mine the other day, Mac Davis, and Mac and I was talking because Mac's one of the great songwriters.
Right.
And I never have been known to be an incredible songwriter like a Vince Gill or a Mac Davis or Chris Christopherson and those guys. But I know the feeling of having written number one records and having success as a songwriter. But the guys that write the songs every day for a living are the ones that I really turn to for songs when I get ready to record a project. But no, I've been very blessed to have experienced the the feeling of writing hit music, and and I'm not saying that I'm hopefully will write some more someday.
Yes, indeed. Now you have Miss Kelly Lang, who is your beautiful bride, and
yeah.
You say,
wow, I'm very. Let me tell you what, I'm a very blessed man to be married to a lady that I've known for forever.
Right.
Her father, of course, was Conway Twitty's road manager for 25 years, and I grew up around Kelly, with my career, and she grew up around me as a kid, and we've known each other for so long, and for us to wind up getting married 8 years ago was truly a blessing in my life. I wake up every day and thank God for having Kelly in my life. She's made me realize that the biggest part of my life is in front of me and not behind me, and it took someone like her to make me realize that.
Yes, indeed. You also have an album out. It's on iTunes, Iconic Duets.
Yeah, we had fun putting that together. We woke up one morning last year in the wintertime, and she said, it's kind of slow right now, and why don't we go in the studio and record some of our favorite songs that were duets? And I thought, well, that's not a bad idea. So we started picking tunes, and we went in and recorded our favorite songs that we have loved through the years, and I had no idea that it was going to become a critically acclaimed album, and it's done very well for us. And anybody who would like to see it or hear part of it, they can go to tgsheppard.com or kellylang.net and hear part of that. And I'm very proud of it. It was a labor of love.
Yes, indeed. As you was coming up as a child, and you said music was a big part of your family and in your household and everything, but who were some of your influences? What kind of stuff was you really listening to, like on the radio at that time?
Well, I was listening to the Beach Boys, of course, because I knew them personally. And country-wise, I was listening to Merle Haggard, and I was listening to Georgia Jones, and then I became a huge fan of Waylon. Then got a chance to work with Waylon at RCA. So there were quite a few people that influenced me. Roy Orbison influenced me greatly. There was Jerry Lee Lewis, who I had a chance to record with recently.
Oh, really?
A duet with. Yeah, Jerry and I have a new project will be coming out before too long, and I invited 22 artists in to record with me, and it's all duets of iconic people like Merle Haggard and George Jones and Jerry Lee Lewis and Mickey Gilley and, oh my gosh, Ricky Skaggs, the Oak Ridge Boys, Lori Morgan,
wow,
Delbert McClinton. The list goes on forever. And so, yeah, those were a few of the people that influenced me greatly and helped me make the decision to become an entertainer. I think my favorite is probably Merle Haggard. And I was talking to Merle last week, and it always amazes me that I'm able to pick up the phone and call Merle at home and talk to him. And I mean, I don't take that for granted. I mean, God,
right.
That's Merle Haggard.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm still a little starstruck whenever I have a chance to talk to these people that I idolize and who are my mentors.
Yes, indeed. You mentioned the name in there, Delbert McClinton. Now, what was it like working with old Delbert?
I'll tell you what, he's a consummate man to work with in the studio. I mean, he's a perfectionist. And he came in and we did a song together called 18 Rounds with Jose Cuervo. And it was just an incredible, it was a lot of fun because Delbert is just, I'm a fan of his too, and his voice and his singing. And so to be in the studio with him was just a real treat for me. I mean, and we've become friends now, and he's just one of the good guys. You know, he's the kind of guy that he's always laughing and man, he's still got the pipes. Wow.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to ask you a few more questions here. I know you got a busy schedule ahead of you with the CMA Fest next week and the Opry tomorrow night. So, but next thing I want to ask you real quick, and I want to your thoughts on the new Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson.
I love it. Are you kidding? Oh my God!
The world's going to pot, man.
I'm telling you, it's just sometimes you're able to get the right guys together with the right song.
Yes, indeed.
That just happened with Willie and Merle, and of course, Buddy Cannon is a very dear friend of mine, and he produced a great record on them. But I've had a chance to tour with Willie extensively through the years, and it was just meant to be that song with Merle and Willie.
Yes, indeed. Now you've been an entertainer for a while. You've pretty much done it all, and I asked this of all of my guests here on the Radio Random Network, and that is what any advice for anybody out there that would want to follow in TG Sheppard's footsteps. Wow,
I can't believe anybody would follow in my footsteps, but yes, I do have some advice, because I think inside of all of us is the dream. That's what keeps a lot of us going in life, and I've always believed that when you quit dreaming, you die. And as long as you dream, you can live a long time, because you've got a goal to work toward. I think the biggest advice I can give anybody who has ever aspired to become a singer, entertainer, songwriter, or whatever, is just to believe in yourself, because in the beginning, there's probably only one or two people that really are helping you and believing in you. And as you go on, those numbers grow. And then one day, you look back and you see 15, 20, 30 people. And then one day you look back behind you and there's 100. And then one day you look back and there's like 1,000 people. And then one day you walk out on that stage and there's 10,000 people. And you realize that, you have built a following and that your dream has come true. And so I think just believing in yourself and working toward the dream and never giving up is the strongest advice I can give anybody. Just never take no for an answer.
That's some awesome advice, and I'll take that to heart with all of my endeavors as well. Mr. TG, I know you got a very busy day, and I just personally, I want to thank you for calling in and talking with us today. And
man, thank you. I mean, you're so kind to take the time to talk to me. I got to tell you, without people like you, there wouldn't be people like me, and I've never ever taken that for granted, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm going to be looking forward to that to your project that's going to be coming out, and I'll be paying close attention to at tgsheppard.com. You can go there. You can connect with him on Facebook and YouTube. You're also on Twitter as well. At I think was it.
Oh yeah, I'm everywhere.
So y'all, everybody listening out there, go ahead and connect with TG. Keep up with his tour dates, and he will be coming to a town near you shortly. Thank you so much, Mr. TG Sheppard, for taking your time and talking with me today.
Well, I thank you, man. I appreciate you. I'm pulling in the parking garage. This was perfect timing. I'm getting ready to pull in under the roof, and I'll probably get
all right, sounds good. But, I will get with Mr. Kurt Webster.
I appreciate you so much. I really mean that when I say I appreciate you, because I really, really do. And I hope that we can speak again soon.
We definitely will when you got more time, and especially when that the new album comes out. I definitely want to talk to you about that stuff.
Yes, definitely. You contact Kurt Webster, and they'll always help you set it up.
Thank you very much, Mr. TG. And there you have it from the horse's mouth, the one and only TG Sheppard, coming out with a brand new album. It's going to be featuring 22 iconic duets with iconic recording artist, and he's going to be back on probably in the next couple of months when the album drops. And like we said a while ago, you can keep up with all things TG Sheppard by going to tgsheppard.com and following him on Facebook and all that good social media stuff. I want to send a special shout out to my good friends at Webster PR, Mr. Kurt Webster. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. And don't forget to enter contests to win the latest TG Sheppard album. It's a remaster of 20 greatest hits. And next week, I'll be here with another great guest from the music world. Next Friday, I'll be here twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Follow us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Spreaker. We're all over the place. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. It helps with the algorithms, and you can find out how to support the Radio Random Network to keep our shows free for everybody by visiting www.rrnonline.com and clicking the Show Us Some Love tab. You can also find all the links we talked about today in the show notes or at rrnonline.com. Again, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Follow us on social media. I'm hashtag RDM Russell McLain for TG Sheppard. Thank you for listening. We'll talk with you next week.